Have you ever been driving down the motorway and seen on the matrix signs 60 pedestrians in carriageway? Driven along a little bit further and then it says 50 pedestrians in carriageway, and thought to yourself, what's happened to the other 10? Now, the motorway matrix signs are something that's becoming a little bit annoying. I'll give you an example. I'm just driving along the M4 now, and I've just passed a matrix sign that said that lane 1 was closed. It's not. It's open. What it probably means is someone hasn't updated it from last night when there potentially was a lane closure, and it's just going to confuse everybody. Everybody's been constantly swapping lanes backwards and forwards between lane 1 and lane 2 because apparently it's closed. The other thing they do is say tiredness kills, take a break, which is really useful information before the services, not after. This morning hasn't exactly gone well, hasn't exactly gone bad either, to be fair. I arrived at work this morning, my trailer was supposed to have been loaded over the weekend and for whatever reason it wasn't. So I had to wait for the pallet network guys to have their trucks loaded, so then there was space for me to be loaded, which took about 45 minutes. I've then had an hour's drive to my delivery and then a 5-minute drive to my collection. And now I'm making my way to Southampton to do that delivery. And then I've got another collection to do in Romsey, but that's not till tomorrow morning. But I've also got to come back up to Andover to get to Romsey because there's 2 low bridges that I can't get under with this trailer. So I'll probably be going home tonight, which will be unusual because it's Monday. Getting to go home is a good thing because it means I can do some stuff at home that I wouldn't normally do, like take the kids out to sports clubs and after school activities and stuff like that. And it also means I can help out around the house as well, because one thing that is kind of forgotten with us being in the trucks all week is we leave our families behind, and the strains and pressures that it puts on them are kind of not thought about all the time. One of the disadvantages to going home rather than staying out in the truck is you don't always get to maximise your hours. So if you're like me, paid by the hour, you want to do as much hours as possible so that you earn as much money as possible. You also don't get paid for the night out because you're not sleeping in the truck. So at the end of the week, it can have a little bit of an effect on your pay. But that's worth it when you get to spend a little bit more time at home with your family. When I got to the yard last night, boss asked me to come down to the docks. So last night I went down to the docks and had my container taken off in the docks and had to come around to one of the storage yards. And the container was so far buried in there, they told me I was going to be at least another 2 hours before they found my container. So I thought, that's all right, I'll dig it out overnight, I'll come back in the morning. Well, I've come back this morning and it's still not been found. So I'm now sat in a queue, waiting for them to find my container, and I've already been here for an hour. I'm finally out of the docks. I was in there for just over 2 hours, 15 minutes-ish, maybe 2.5 hours. Yeah, container was buried 25 deep in the stack, and then they had to then dig mine out. So yeah, took a little bit of time, and that's a knock-on effect from the issues we've been having down at the docks the last few weeks. If you've watched the last few videos, you'll know that I've been spending a lot of time waiting around in the docks, and a lot of people have put containers into storage, into off-dock storage yards, and of course they're now inundated with people wanting to collect them. So it's to be expected really, but it's done now. On the way back to the yard, drop this container off, trailer swap for a curtain sider, and then make my way somewhere, wherever the boss told me I was going. I'll check the paperwork. I've been back to the yard and done my trailer swap, and on the way back out of Andover I had to fill up with fuel, so popped into the local fuel station, going in to pay for fuel, and there's someone there with 2 baskets full of shopping, and just thinking to myself, who the hell comes out to the local petrol station to do their basically weekly shop? They had pizzas in there and ready meals and bottles of wine, and just think, surely you would have been better off going to a supermarket to get that, not doing that whilst you did your fuel top up. It doesn't make sense to me. All I wanted to do was get a drink and pay for my fuel and be on my way, but I've had to wait in a queue of someone paying for 2 baskets full of shopping. Got back to the yard last night and my load wasn't ready, so rather than staying to help, I just went home. Come in this morning and it's all loaded up for me, all strapped down, ready to go. Now I'm on my way to Northampton for a 6 o'clock delivery, and then I've got a collection somewhere towards Leicester, and that's to go back towards Andover because it's Thursday, so I'm home tonight as well. So I will have done 3 nights at home this week rather than my usual 3 nights out. Collection is done, tiny little brickyard in Shepshed. Now I'm on my way to deliver that in Newbury. A little bit tight to get out of there, wasn't enough space to turn around in their yard, so I had to reverse, little dogleg reverse, kind of opposite to how you would do on your test. So yeah, ended up in a little blind side as such. Yeah, made it a little bit more complicated to get out of there, but we're out. It wasn't that bad really. Straight onto the motorway and heading south. Once I've done that, it's back to the yard and I will probably be done for the day. Something else I've noticed whilst I've been going home a lot more this week is I have spent a lot more money on food than I normally would do. Because I'm not out in the truck all week, or I've not known whether I'm going to be on nights out or going home, I've not brought food with me that would normally go in the fridge and last me most of the week. I've been buying stuff to last me the day, and that's much more expensive doing that. especially when you're buying it from services. And I could go on all day about how expensive services are for drinks and snacks and stuff like that, but let's face it, you'll get bored before I do of me ranting on about that. But yeah, it is just ridiculously expensive. So not knowing that I'm going to be out all week or going to be home, not only have I not been able to maximise my hours to earn more money, I've also spent more money. Delivery has been done down near Newbury. Now I've got to make my way back to the yard and go find out what I'm doing tomorrow. By the sounds of it, I'm going to be spending most of the day sat around in the docks waiting for containers. So that's going to be a fun end to the week. As I thought, I am doing dock runs today, getting rid of empty containers. I have got a couple of full ones to pick up from off-site storage places, and then I'll be done for the day. I've had a relatively easy week, which is good. It's nice to have an easy week every now and then. I've already been down to the docks once this morning, and there wasn't actually that much of a queue, which was handy. Meant I might actually get 3 runs done today, get rid of 3 empty containers out of the yard rather than just the 2 that I'm planned for. It just depends on what happens over the lunchtime period. But yeah, get this done and then another early finish for me. I feel like in this video I've been quite negative about being a tramper, doing nights out all week and stuff like that. But the truth is, if I could earn the same money that I do but be home every night, then that's what I would do. And I think anybody would say that if they could earn the same money and they get to spend more time with their family, that's what they're going to choose. And it's not to say I don't enjoy my job, because I do enjoy my job. I do enjoy getting to go the places that I go and seeing the things I get to see. But yeah, I'd much rather be at home with the family. And money isn't everything, which is why this week I am glad that I have been able to get more nights at home and spend more time at home with the family, because that does mean a lot. But ultimately as well, bills have got to be paid. And the way we do that is by coming to work. That is me done for another week. I managed to get out of having to do another container run, partly because there's an accident at the M3-M27 junction. So spend more time sat in traffic than we actually would do getting down to the docks. So not doing that. So yeah, going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy watching, please like, comment, subscribe, all of those good things, and I shall catch you guys in the next one.